Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, they are a very good basketball team. I mean, it's hard to find weaknesses in them. You go through scout and you think, okay, we've got to do this, we've got to defend this, we're going to have to live with these things, and they're just really good, well coached. There's a reason they're who they are. I thought that we played pretty well at times. I thought that there was a lot to be proud of, and the hustle. I told the seniors after the game, the willingness not to just lay down. We got down 13. It would have been easy just to go away, but that's what these seniors have done for this basketball team. They have set that precedent. That's the standard's the standard, and the way they fought to the end and the way that they continue to do the things that we needed to do throughout the game, I think just tells you why our program's where it is right now.
You also got 63% in the second half. They shot something like 70, I guess. It was a track meet in the second half, wasn't it?
It was, and like I said, I mean, I thought there's a lot of things to be proud of in what we did. There would have been a lot of teams that we would have beat by a lot of points tonight in the way we executed and the way we did things. But I mean, Belmont's so good, and they're tough to beat, and especially when they're making shots. And the McKinney kid was 4 of 7 from 3, but that's what senior leaders do. They step up and they make those big shots. The McGuff kid came off the bench, makes 2 threes. So that's 18 points from those 2 kids that don't normally have those stat lines. But that's why they're a championship team, and that's why they're the OVC champions, is because they have got an amazing player in Destiny Wells. Madison Bartley is unbelievable on the inside. Conley Chin's great. Tootie Jones is great, but they've got a lot of good role players, and that's what makes great teams. And so, kudos to them. Congratulations to them for another conference champion. But we've got some champions in our locker room as well.
Statistically, you guys are right there with them tonight. I guess, do you leave this game encouraged for the future going into this postseason? And just how tough is it going to be to win an OVC championship when you have to go through a team like Belmont?
Well, I mean, the bottom line is you're going to have to go through them, obviously. And there's a lot of other good teams in our conference that are going to be right there as well. I mean, they have been beat twice this year, so, I mean, it's doable. But I just felt like that the way the game went really needed us to continue to compete and continue to execute and do the things that we needed to do, because we knew that regardless of what happened tonight, we had to build off of it. So we've got to get refocused and locked in. We've got a huge game at SEMO on Saturday to finish out this season. And then the chips are going to fall where they fall. And so we've got to be prepared to get to Evansville and make a great run.
You mentioned those seniors. Just talk about how much they kind of meant to you and kind of laying this foundation of the program, what you're trying to build here.
We would not be where we are today without those 5. They set the precedence on and off the court. In the classroom, they're all academic, all Americans, top students. We got several 4.0s in that group. Just great ambassadors for Murray State, great people, great teammates. And we talked about after the game, the reason that Hannah and Caitlin and Kaysen and Bria and all the other kids that aren't seniors play so hard every night is because they respect those seniors so much. And that is not something that just happens. That's something that's built over time because those seniors pour into them. And the culture of this program would not be where it is today without them. I've been saying for 5 years, when the culture and the talent finally meet, then we'll have something at Murray State. Well, the culture and the talent have met, and these kids have had a pretty good year. Now, we're not close to done. There's a lot of things out there that I think we can still achieve, but we personally would not be where we are if it wasn't for those 5 kids.
Big difference? Turnover. What were they doing that was giving you all trouble?
Well, the thing was, if I'm not mistaken, we only had 10, but they only had 2. But the problem was they scored 15 points off our 10 turnovers. So every time we turned the ball over, they made us pay. Again, that's what championship teams do. I thought we rebounded the ball well. Only gave up 6 offensive rebounds. So we were right there, and we had many opportunities to try to. We just needed to tie or take the lead, and we never could. Every time we made a run, they answered it. Again, hats off to them. I mean, they're a very, very tough basketball team, and I know that, our hope is that we see them again.
I know you don't like losing, but y'all did cut down the margin from Nashville tonight. In fact, you played much better. Did you not?
I thought so. I thought that we did. There were some times that, we had some defensive breakdowns and maybe gave them some shots that we didn't want to. But again, you're going to give up stuff against a good basketball team like that. So I think that we can take a lot from this. I hate to lose, and I will not like it till Saturday till we get to play again. That's just who I am. And our seniors, you don't want to lose on senior night. But I do think that the way we competed and the way that we handled certain situations can help us, in our next game and in the future. I think the one thing this team has done is they've taken the adversity that we've had this year, whether it be a loss or an injury or some things not going our way, and they've learned from it, and we have built on that. And I think that that's one reason we're where we are.
Coach, senior night, what were the words to the seniors before or after the game?
Just how proud I am of them, and I just can't thank them enough. I mean, I wouldn't be the coach at Murray State if it wasn't for them. Let's just be honest. They were my players in high school, and they helped me win state championships, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and we certainly wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for them. So, on their behalf, I want to say to all the people that ever doubted these kids, shame on you. Shame on you, and you owe them a big apology because we saw it, we heard it, we read it, and I think they've proven you wrong. And I couldn't be more prouder of that because I knew who they were, and I knew what they could do. And Murray State women's basketball wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for them. And you add Reagan and Gibby, Macy Gibson to that, and the character and what this program stands for is what it is because of those kids. So, sorry, but I had to get that out there because, those kids weren't here because Coach Turner was the coach. Coach Turner was here because those kids played for her. And I owe them a debt of gratitude that I could never repay for what they've done for me.